I'ma be the king, hold the wind, let the games begin. Go!
Hello hunters one and all, and welcome back to another Top 5 Tuesday. My name is Zalist or Alex, whichever one you prefer, and today, ladies and gentlemen, we will be going over my top 5 picks for the worst monsters in Monster Hunter World. Last episode, we did the top 5 best monsters in Monster Hunter World, and this episode is coming a week late because I was away all last week, so I apologize for that. I should also mention that I love all the monsters in Monster Hunter World. These just happen to be the ones that I love the least for one reason or another. Maybe replace them or eradicate them from the earth, or I don't know. But these are the ones that just pain me the most when I have to deal with them. So without further ado, let's begin. Quick trigger warning. The following video that you are about to watch is based on opinion and not fact. That means that your opinion might be different from mine. So, feel free to leave your top 5 in the comments down below, and try not to get too triggered if yours is different from mine. Especially since if yours is different from mine, that means that it's probably wrong. Coming in at our number 5 spot today, we have the most fearsome giant pickle that you will ever meet. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Devil Joe. Devil Joe, what can I say? He is just... he gets on my nerves. He shows up all the time on quests when he is not wanted. He's like that party guest that you didn't invite purposefully because you didn't want them at your party, and then they show up anyway and it gets real awkward and no one wants to talk to them. That's kind of who Devil Joe is to me. And I know what you're thinking. Wait a second, Alex. You put Basilgoose on your top 5 best monsters list, and he shows up on all the quests, and yes, I know, and he's just as annoying, and I pointed that out in my video, but what Basilgoose has that Devil Joe doesn't is, to me, a cool, interesting, unique design. Devil Joe, on the other hand, is just a big T-Rex that gets angry. Also, I feel like Devil Joe is a lot harder to deal with than Basil. I mean, maybe it's just me, but I have a lot harder of a time fighting Devil Joe than I do Basilgoose. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Now, his moveset. Let's hit on his moveset for a second here. There are a few, not just one, but a few of his moves that, you know, I could do without in my life and bring me extra stress that I don't need when I have to deal with him. Alright, so I just finished recording a thing about all the moves that he does that really piss me off, but then I realized I could do it in a much shorter amount of time if I just summed it up in a clip kinda like this one. Tail swipe, and another tail swipe, and hip check, then stomp and stagger, and fuck you. So yeah, that pretty much sums it up. I mean, I guess the one good thing that he has going for him is the whole when I use dual blades and manage to get the right angle on it, I can Beyblade all the way down his back since he's such a long monster. But yeah, that's kind of the only real good thing I can think of about him. I mean, it still only puts him at 5 on the list, which means we still have 4 more that are worse than him, which means we should probably get a move on if we're gonna finish this. So, coming in at our number 4 spot of the top 5 worst monsters in the game, we have Pink Wraith Ian. Okay, so my reasoning behind this pick might be a little particular and probably only a me thing, like, it's a personal choice. But I really don't like fighting Pink Wraith Ian solely because of her tail. Let me explain. To get rid of Wraith Ian's poisoning, you have to cut off her tail, whether it's pink or regular, and I have no problem doing that with the regular. But with Pink Wraith Ian, it's made 10 times harder because the only place on the tail that you can actually hit is the very tip of it. Everywhere else on the tail is covered in extremely hard armor, and you'll pretty much bounce off anywhere else. Nope. 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 So yeah, that's kind of my reasoning for Pink Wraith Ian. It's not much, but it was enough for me to put her on the list. And at this point, I mean, it's not really a big deal to me. I fought her a bunch of times, and I you know, it doesn't really matter anymore, as with all monsters. Eventually you get used to their moves and how to deal with them, but I just always remember flashbacks to when I was first fighting her and had a very frustrating time trying to get the tail off. So let's move on. And here we are at our number 3 spot for the top 5 worst monsters in the game, and who better to give it to than the man's best fiend, Odo Garen. 2 words: bleeding damage. That's right, I hate bleeding damage. It is, in my opinion, the worst blight in the game. Any other blight, whatever, I'm fine with. But bleeding damage, no. It's a mechanic that literally makes it so that you have to stand off to the side mid-fight, crouch, and stop moving to make it go away, or it'll just drain all of your health until you're dead. And yes, I know, just don't get hit, and you won't have to deal with the bleeding damage. And granted, after you get used to his fighting style, Odo isn't that difficult of a monster to deal with. But it's still there, and nobody's perfect. Sometimes you get hit. And once is too many for bleeding damage. I don't want to sit off to the side and do nothing. Please tell me how this is a fun part of the game. So yeah, that's why I'm putting Odo at number 3. Again, probably somewhat nitpicky, but that's my reason. So, you know what? My list, deal with it. Number 2 on our list goes to a very special lava fish, also known as Lavisiath. Yeah, the first 3 on this list, they're not really all that bad. I mean, once you get used to fighting them, it's like, alright, you can deal with them. But, you know, there had to be 5 on the list, and they're the ones I put there. But these last 2 on the list, they're the ones that really make you go, when you have to fight them. So with that in mind, let's go over Lavisiath. Lavithioth. Fuck, his name alone should be enough to get him on this list. Lavisiath's armor is his main problem. I mean, it makes sense, like, from an ecological standpoint, like, he moves through lava and then the lava hardens as his armor so that it's hard to penetrate it and he has a defense mechanism, but as a game mechanic, it's annoying. You get, like, a small window of time after he comes out of the lava that his armor is soft, and then it hardens, and it takes him, like, years to go back underground so that you can start hitting him again. It just gets so frustrating that after he's up above ground for a few seconds, his armor hardens, and then everything bounces off until he goes back under. And it feels like it takes him forever to go back underground. And then you're just standing around, or running around, I guess, dodging his attacks, waiting for him to go back underground. And, I mean, any time that you're fighting a monster and you have to not fight the monster, like, say, bleeding damage, I just feel like it ruins the fight. Another problem I have with him is, a lot of the time, he'll be out of reach. Like, he does that thing, and it pisses me off so much. He'll go outside of the map in that one area, and then he'll just fire lava at you, and you just have to run around and dodge it because there's nothing you can do. He's just gonna sit out there. And it takes too long. Why? Why is there so many points in this fight where I just have to sit around not doing anything? I just don't understand. The only thing that he's really got going for him, in my opinion, is his design. I mean, he looks pretty cool. I'll give him that. And finally, coming in at our number 1 spot as the worst monster in Monster Hunter World, in my opinion, of course, we have Black Diablos. The amount of rage this guy has caused me has probably shaved a good number of years off the end of my life. I don't know what it is about him. His moveset just gets me. The way he turns as he's about to charge, and unlike regular Diablos who just goes for it and keeps targeting you as you try to dodge out of the way, it hits me almost every time. I mean, at this point I've started to be able to get used to it and time my dodges correctly so that I get out of the way, but it's still one of the hardest things in the game for me to dodge. And on top of that, he's got that other move where he digs into the wall in his little cave and then he jumps out and you have to dodge it, but unlike regular Diablos, he swings his tail as he does it, so just when you think you got out of the way in time, bam, you get clotheslined by his tail. On top of that, he can also come up from his underground state, and instead of just popping out of the ground like regular Diablos, he can fly through the air and cover like a huge distance in front of him, making it much more difficult to get out of the way. I don't know. His moveset, to me, is just different enough from regular Diablos that it trips me up every time I play him, and I'm just not able to get out of the way as well as most other monsters. And at this point, like everything else, I've become more accustomed to fighting him, but you still get moments like this that just make me really want to throw a controller. Oh shit. No, 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 no. Huh! Wait, what? Son of a bitch! So that's why I'm putting Black Diablos at the #1 spot on my list for the top 5 worst monsters. So there you have it. Those are my top picks for this week's Top 5 Tuesday. I hope you all enjoyed the episode, and please remember to let me know your top 5 down below, and I'll be happy to read them. I've been Zalist, or Alex, whichever you prefer. I hope you all enjoyed the episode. If you did, please feel free to drop a like and hit the subscribe button for more top 5s in the future. I'm just getting started on this channel, so any subscription would be much appreciated. But that's all for now. I will see you guys in the next one, and so long.
Person in a room of people, I'ma be the king. For the win, let the games begin. Go! Let the games begin.
No, Basil, no! Oh, shit! Oh. Well, okay.